Hi everybody, this is Fi. I'm checking out Sequence Storm. I am finally getting around to playtesting this. This was a request sent to me by the developer. Just a reminder, if you have a game and you want to get a playtest, feel free to contact me. There's an email in the description. So I've not seen this game before. It was described as a rhythm action game with a racing theme, so rid of that overlay there. I will say I don't have much experience I should say, with rhythm action games, so don't expect too much from me. But we're going to give this a shot and see if we can give some useful feedback. So we've got the opening menu here. It's got some really nice tunes. And apparently this game is set to be released in a couple of months, so it should be well along. So we've got some links, it looks like, to the game pages, credits. Let's have a peek at that real quick. Alright. Well, there you have it. Interesting. Check the options menu. Timing difficulty is loose for players that are new to rhythm games. That should probably be me. Edit the buttons. Volume levels sound reasonable. Sample rate conversion. Full screen on. Blue motion blur. Draw distance. Okay. Judgment timing offset. In milliseconds, make this number smaller if your average timing is late. Interesting. Alright, so I guess this is to compensate for latency. Or I guess maybe human latency. Or both. Alright, that's cool. I don't know how to get into tweaking that, but it's cool that it's there. So we've got some nice visuals in the background that are reacting to the music, presumably. Go ahead and do... It looks like at the bottom left here we've got a gamepad or keyboard option, so I don't know which to use. I'm guessing I might prefer the gamepad, but I guess I'll try the keyboard at first. Loose. Okay, Elijah's last 50 credits. Track tutorial. I don't know who Elijah is. Alright, so I guess it's a Sequence Storm original, so I'm assuming that means that this is created especially for the game. Oh, I guess this is who Elijah is. Computer, connect me to somewhere I can gamble. That's some nice artwork. It's a lot of detail. Welcome to Midori Raceway. I'm Jelly, your personal... I don't even know how to pronounce that word, actually. I'm not going to try because I'll embarrass myself. Hi, Jelly. Hi, are you going to place a bet or not? Let's see, neural link activated. Bio authentication. Can you recommend something? Not a babysitter. Actually, I think I know how to pronounce that, but I still don't want to embarrass myself. Whenever you're ready. 50 credits on orange in race. Great choice. Really? It's just that this is my last. Alright. Orange rig just flamed. Only if you didn't want that 50 credits. They were my last. Still don't care. Anything I can do? You are Master Damon rather than, and I'm just guessing here, a nobody. I could jack the rig and you could race it. I could do that. Unlikely. I used to test rigs all the time. Oh, it's gonna fry your brains, okay. I'll do it. How do I... Alright, DF space JK. DF space JK. Use the home row of the keyboard. Let me try to get comfy here. This is probably gonna be terrible, but we'll see what happens. Return, continue. Press any gamepad button to show gamepad controls. Alright. We are racing. Tap space as you drive over the lines. Is there some kind of a flip? It happens really fast, it's trippy. Is it right when you hit it? Tap the buttons as you drive over the notes. D and K, okay. Alright, F and J. Alright, so it's good that I don't have to like think too much about what letters I'm pressing, because they're kind of spatially organized in a simple way. Tried not staying in sync. Oh, that was the wrong button. That was pretty neat. Alright, so far, I mean, that's very simple, but that's pretty cool. The music is great. It's pretty loud, but it's hard to complain about it just because of the type of game it is. But I dig it. Top speed 129%. So I am curious if there's going to be more... I smoked them all. Did you see? More mechanics introduced. Data search. Alright, so my fingers are on the home row, and I don't know how to to use the menu here. I guess the arrow keys? So yeah, it's kind of weird because I get used to one control method and it just kind of feels weird to switch to a different one for the menu, but on the other hand, it's not so hard to figure out that you have to use arrow keys, I guess, because they're arrow keys. Now, what is the F1? Interesting, so this is giving a link to the song, presumably. Difficulty 4 out of 57, or is that difficulty beginner? I don't know what the 4 out of 57 is. Turn just to start. Already a legend, huh? Some sketchy guy. Data delivery. All right. Oh, we got more buttons, okay. ER, UI, so the keys above the home row. It's kind of making me scared, like I don't know how many buttons I'm gonna end up using in the end here. Wait, you and I, okay. What? Oh, I'm confused. Am I doing it right? Okay. Now tap back and forth to the orange line. Am I supposed to hit both? I'm confused because it starts on one and then goes immediately to the other, so that kind of tells me that I'm supposed to hit both keys, but I guess I'm only supposed to hit the R one? I don't know if my explanation made sense, but... Oh, right. So yeah, that's confusing me. The beginning of the line things. Wait, that's D. How do we go back to... Okay. I didn't have my fingers ready for that, so... Press and hold the button for the entire note, let go at the proper time. Oops, I let go. Oh, it's weird switching though. Hold left or right for diagonal lines. E and R. Wait, what? What does that mean? Oh, okay. Am I doing it right? You and I, okay. So definitely seems like it'll take some practice, which is certainly reasonable for this kind of game, but... What happened? Oh, I had my fingers on the wrong buttons. Okay. So I was just pressing the wrong buttons here. Is that the right thing? Oh gosh. Alright. So yeah, that's the thing with the keyboard, probably for me. Is there's so many keys that you could end up hitting like a completely different key and thinking it's the right one, and it's just like not even used in the game. So that might be a reason to try the gamepad. Unfortunately, I kind of did all the tutorial with the keyboard so far, at least so far as I've played, so I'm wondering if I should like go back and try with the gamepad. That was tough. Upgrades unlocked. Rig upgrades, okay. You can get increased health, increased cornering, reduces slowing from turning. Alright, top speed. Slowed often. Interesting. So I mean, you're basically playing against yourself in some sense, but presumably there's going to be like other racers at some point, and then you can kind of use these to get a little more of an advantage over them. Let's see, I'm going to go back to this and see if I can turn on my gamepad here and try that out. Just check something real quick here. Alright, we've been playing for 15 minutes. Oh, okay. Let's give it a shot. It's going to be completely different, I think. Tap A as you drive over the lines. Alright. Oh, we got the sticks and everything. Tap the buttons. Alright. I don't like using the bumpers as much, but I mean on the Xbox 360 controller anyways. But nothing you can do about that. So I just have to try to remember that the bumpers are the middle ones. The triggers are outside. So I definitely like how they put the little, the names of the buttons, the little icons anyways. Just to keep you from losing track of what's what. It's a nice little touch. Okay. Go ahead and do this one. Uses the sticks now. Alright, right stick. So tapping the stick definitely feels different from pressing a button. It's maybe not quite as snappy, but seems to work. Flipping animation is pretty weird. So it says you're supposed to let go at the proper time, but it doesn't really... I almost missed that one. It doesn't really give you like any feedback for when you let go. I'm just kind of assuming that I'm doing it more or less right. So presumably it's always going to start on the side that of the stick that you need to use. So you have to snap the stick pretty hard because you can't let it go back to neutral before doing the other direction. Oh, I couldn't see that. Wait, what? Where? What? Oh, it's the lines. Okay. I kind of okay. There's a pause. So for some reason I didn't see the lines that you're supposed to jump over this time when I was playing. I saw the little A thing coming up, and it kind of like looked like it was attached to like this border over here or something. So I was like, I got really confused. But maybe there's some way you can make the line stand out a little more. Last time I went through this, I noticed it fine, but for some reason this time I just completely didn't see it when it came, so I got pretty confused there. I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's even fine. It was just that one silly screw up. Oh, switching from the triggers to the bumpers is a little weird. Specifically. In the up direction, I guess you'd call it. Some people play with the gamepad like the way that they grip the gamepad. They have their fingers, like their index fingers on the bumpers and then their middle fingers on the triggers at the same time. I've never done that. I always just use my index fingers and move up and down between the bumpers and the triggers, so I guess that's worth pointing out, but definitely felt doable. It just kind of pointing out what I noticed when it feels a little strange, but nothing felt like I couldn't do it or it was too hard or anything, I don't think. So yeah, not really sure why I didn't notice the A button line things there that time, but Pet Damon. Supposed to call for racers. A little more experience, look you up. Okay. It's a pretty good joke. Alright. Now we're doing everything. Speed boost. Nope, I don't. Hit notes to fill the boost meter, which is on the right, apparently. I like how the UI adjusts to the... Did I miss something? Oh, I got it. Alright, I just missed a bunch of things. Now hold B to boost, okay. Gain boost power and use boost to win the race. So I guess you're supposed to maybe use them when you're not doing a bunch of other stuff. I'm just not sure if like holding B is going to keep you from doing certain inputs that you would need to do. Oh shoot, I gotta remember which thing is which. Oh, that was the wrong button. Shoot. That was the wrong one too. Alright, so I'm getting a little confused about whether it's in the right middle lane or the right outside lane. Oh, and I didn't see these again. Okay, so... This is probably just me needing more experience with the game more than anything, I think. Oh, again, that's the wrong... pressing the bumpers instead of the triggers because I thought it was on the outside and not the inside. Forgot about the speed boost too, because there's so much else to focus on. When do I use it though? Oh, I can use it anytime? Oh, okay, so it disappears all the notes. I didn't know that. So that would have been good to know. Oops. Hitting too lax because too many easy ones. Alright, I had full boost too. So yeah, I mean... Maybe... I don't know, it's hard to look at the UI, like the boost meter, when you're looking at everything in the middle of the lane. So for me personally, it's hard to kind of keep track of that. That being said, you know, if I had known that it was just gonna like disappear, make all of the notes and stuff disappear when I pressed it, then you know, that would have made more sense to me, because that means you can kind of use it. Presumably, if there's a hard part of the song or something you want to cheat over, then you can use it there, and that's kind of a cool concept. But yeah, there's a number of places there where I mixed up which lane the incoming note was in, and I'm not really sure if I could, you know, think of a way that would make that more obvious to players such as myself. Or again, like I said, maybe I just need more experience with the game and I would make that mistake less often. Alright. Accelerate and skip over notes. Okay. Yeah. The cost of boost power, hold B to boost, speed boost works best on straight sections of... Oh, okay. That's good to know. That's an interesting concept. So that's another thing where it's kind of working in this racing idea, where the racing, in at least some small ways here, is kind of affecting the gameplay more than just being kind of cosmetic detail. So that's cool. Oh, we've got a something. So it's definitely nice to have branching. Music's kind of loud. I feel like I have to talk over it. It's probably loud in the recording too, so sorry about that. But it's nice to have the branching level selections, because if you do it completely linear, then you end up, you know, if you get stuck on one or something, then you can't like progress anymore. So it's nice to have these other options and stuff that kind of present themselves. But I don't know what. I guess they're just different songs. Like, I don't know if... Like, there's a different color. Like, this one's orange and this one's white, so I don't know what that means, basically. And this one has a question mark and this one doesn't, so I don't understand what the difference is here, but... looks like the Y button is the upgrades. Points remaining 0, but I can purchase a point for 100 credits. So I'm wondering if there's other things you can buy with the credits, which would make this purchase button necessary. If there isn't, then you wouldn't. I don't see much purpose for this, but maybe there is other stuff that just hasn't shown up yet. So I guess we want acceleration probably, because I've been messing up a lot. Use this for dangerous environments, so there might be more obstructions that show up at some point. The music stopped. I don't know if that was intentional. guess I'll just do this one, I don't know. Finish within the time limit bonus objective. Hit at least 29 notes in a row. 20 credits. Okay, that's cool. Alright. Oh, almost didn't see that. Oops, that was bad. So it did pop up a little icon showing that I have boost, so I guess I should use that. It's not very obvious, but it was there, so ooh. Wait, which direction is that? Okay, I gotta get... They're all going in the same direction. Whoa, what the heck? That looked weird. Oh, again with these jumping things. Alright. So this track has some little drum flame things going on that are actually a little confusing. It's like almost makes you think like I'm out of sync or something, because it's just kind of the way the song sounds. Which I suppose might not be something you can actually fix, but I did notice that. This was an easy part, but it's a straightaway, so. Oh, that's the wrong button entirely. Oh. Right. Catch my bearings here. Alright, so I mean, I didn't, like, die or anything. Accuracy 91%, that's... I don't know. Average timing 32 milliseconds early. Huh. Interesting. That's really cool how you put that there, though, because it gives you a lot of information. Very cool. Alright, got 40 credits. So I finished this. It looks like this doesn't go to another thing, though. Erase me now. Wow, that guy looks weird. Alright, I'm wondering if there's how many more mechanics there are. It seems to be progressing at a very reasonable pace. On the other hand, I can't play test for too long, so right, boosting will disconnect you from the rhythm. Wait, what does that mean? Steer? Oh wow! Holy cow! So I can steer while holding boost. Also use other rigs' slipstreams for more speed. Wait, I'm playing? Oh, I'm playing. What are those numbers? Oh, that's just the place they're in? digging the music. So I'm full of boost here. Slipstreams, I guess, are the white parts. I guess if you pick up more speed, then you have to... Well, no, it's because it's still synchronized to the music, so... Oops, that was the wrong button. Oops, that was bad. Alright, so I'm supposed to let go at the right time, right? So that's what I wasn't doing. So it's a little weird when you're combining you're basically combining two inputs at the same time at that point, because you have to let go of one and hit the jump button. So that's kind of what threw me off, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. It's just I didn't quite grasp it the first time it occurred. So did I do second? Oh, third place. I should have boosted earlier because I didn't I didn't know when to boost. Alright, so yeah, that was cool too. The fact that you can actually like steer while you're boosting was really unexpected, and that's really cool. I guess, yeah, you can now move freely, steer into rival rigs' slipstreams for more speed. So I guess it's just the white lines. And then I assume you just kind of keep the speed that you get for a while after you do that. Item slot unlocked. Equip items in upgrade screen. Numbing module. 10% reduced damage. Excuse me. 10% reduced speed lost. Alright, so I guess we press... These are... Alright, equipment none, so that's... Oh. It's left and right, so that wasn't entirely clear to me. So yeah, the UI here is slightly confusing. It's not that bad, but the fact that you can come down here and then you can press left and right to find other things. Like I figured it out pretty fast, but it wasn't really obvious at first. I know it's also so this might be a small. Yeah, so the D-pad works in the menu here, but specifically on the equipment part here, it doesn't work with left and right, so that might be just a little bug, a little oversight there, that D-pad doesn't work for this. You have to use the stick, so it's probably worth fixing. 50 credits. That sounds like it's worth it, alright. X button. So I'd expect that to be the A button, because that's usually the default button for everything, but... Oh, and it can be upgraded. Okay. Alright. Let's try one more then. Tutorial. Oh, we got more tutorials then. Well, what are you going to teach me now? Holokun? Test their mods here, want to try. Mr. Gale. Let me just check real quick how long I've been recording. Alright, 40 minutes. The joyful panel. Had my eye on you, Mr. Gale. Fine brain for this. So lots of sketchy people, huh? hyperdrift. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my gosh. Complete 3 hyperdrifts. Okay. Wonder what this is.
This is the last stop on this train.
Hyperdrift gives you more speed than boosting does.
Everyone please leave the train.
Fill up your power meter.
Riding with MTA New York City Transit.
Tap now. Holding the boost button will perform a regular boost. Simply tap the boost button to enter hyperdrift mode. Huh.
Everyone please leave the train. This is the last.
I have the hyper thing. What does that do? I tapped it. Oh, oops. Wait, what? Fill up your boost power and then execute 2 more hyperdrifts. I don't understand what it's doing though. Oops, that's wrong. Hit notes during hyperdrift for extra speed. Okay. Hyperdrift also lets you navigate turns without slowing down. Do 1 more. So I guess it's like a speed boost without the benefit of removing the notes. Ooh, holy crap, that's fast. But it gives you more speed, presumably, especially if you hit more notes while doing it. That's what I'm gathering. Oops. Brain, come on, okay. So I didn't do the I didn't do the last boost. I was waiting for it to fill up all the way. I don't know if it did or not. Am I supposed to wait for it to fill all the way? The first time I didn't do it, I just did a regular boost because it didn't tell me to tap it, I don't think. I'll fill up your meter so you can test it out. Right. So yes, I didn't make it clear that I was only supposed to tap it, so... Excellent, build up your boost power, then execute 2 more hyperdrifts. Oh, that time it didn't... Oops. don't know if doing that is bad. Like mashing things when there's no notes or anything. Oh, that was the wrong way. Oh, shoot. That was bad. Shoot. Brain's working too slow. I didn't do it again. Gosh darn it. See, I'm focusing too much on the notes and I'm not noticing it's like it should be extremely simple to just do the thing 3 times. But yeah. That's all that's happening. I'm just focusing on the notes. I'm not noticing that the thing is full and I'm not supposed to do that, so it's one of those things. Usually when there's some kind of like super move in a game, like I tend to not use it because it always feels like I should like save it or something for, you know, some emergency or something, and then like I just never actually use it. Wrong. Hit notes during hyperboost for extra speed. Or hyperdrift. Navigate turns without slowing down. So the other one is better on straightaways, but this can use. I'm actually paying attention to the boost meter this time because I just failed it so many times that. Oops, but I looked away from the notes. Okay, so I almost didn't notice that it mentioned the hyper thing again. I just completely neglected to hit the notes. That was kind of bad. Notes hit during hyperdrift give you double the healing and extend the duration of the effect. So I think it was just a second ago there were more notes, but I was reading the text at the bottom. So one thing I'm noticing, I can't use my mouse. I'll try and show the next, I'll do like probably one more level or something. Hyperdrift unlock. Game boost power and tap B. Go around turns without losing speed. So that might also suggest, I don't know if just by default whenever you take a turn you lose speed, so maybe using hyperdrift it's better to use it around turns. It's not really made explicit. Like the other one, it was explicit that you go, it's better to use it during straightaways. But this one doesn't explicitly say it's better around to use it when you're going around turns, but it might be, if I'm not mistaken. Challenge mode unlocked. Optional mission difficulty has been unlocked. Earn more credits by completing missions on challenge mode. Use the D-pad to change mission difficulty. Free play unlocked. So I'm wondering if that's all the tutorials, or if there's any more mechanics that haven't been introduced. So one thing I'm wondering is, like, are people actually going to use, like, if the hyperdrift is like explicitly better, then are people actually going to use the normal boost mode? Because it's either one or the other, right? So that seems a little odd to me, because it seems like probably a lot of people would just try not to ever use the normal boost mode and just use hyperdrift anyways, even if it's slightly harder. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's kind of what it seems like it might end up being, which kind of seems unfortunate, because the fact that you can like steer with the normal boost mode is just so cool. So I think it'd be unfortunate if that just ended up not being a part of the game for a lot of people because of that fact. So maybe they're like, I don't know if this is the case or not. Maybe it's better. Well, I think it said the hyperdrift mode was just faster than normal boost mode, period. But I'm thinking, like, maybe if there were like different scenarios where one was better than the other, then you could end up, people using both of them. Like kind of what I mentioned a little minute ago about how boost mode is good in straightaways, and then maybe hyperdrift mode is better around turns. Maybe those could be like the two different areas that they could be each useful. I don't know if that's already the case or not, but that would be a question I would have, I guess. So yeah, there was one other thing that I noticed that I wanted to point out. I don't know what the out of 57 is at the bottom there, though. So I'm going to do this one. Missed you on the track. And hacking mine. So what's your deal? Usually I spend all my credits training for a job that doesn't exist anymore. I need to pay the bills. I was a doctor. First automeds came out just after my kid was born. You got family? That was just me. I was too busy focusing on my career. It seems silly now. Yeah, I made a fool of us all. If you feel like company, a group of us are hitting some V-bars tonight. Sounds good. I'll queue up for one more race. Finish in third place or better. Hit notes with 76% accuracy. Alright, so I'm going to pause. So I'm noticing sometimes, this is what I was going to mention before, at the end of the last level. I'm noticing sometimes, like I think when the boost meter was full and it was like trying to tell me to activate the hyperdrift, it was like showing up like down here or something. I think the little flashing thing that says like hit the boost button already. And I'm mostly like looking up here because this is where all the notes are coming. So I'm looking at what's coming, and then like, you're listening to the music and timing based on that, because timing based on the visuals doesn't really work. I don't think so. I'm mostly looking up here while I'm playing. So when something like flashes down here, I don't really notice it. So I thought maybe that would be worth pointing out. And again, it's a little hard to look at these, in my opinion, while playing also, which I'm not sure there's anything you can necessarily do about that. Maybe there is. I mean, maybe if the like the health, I just haven't been looking at all. This is just kind of here. I just don't pay attention to this, or the velocity. And as far as the boost, I don't want to look over here too much because it does take my focus off of this, but maybe you could do something like when this does fill up all the way and this is start flashing, you could add some other visual effect to the screen that's like, it doesn't, you obviously don't want to obscure things or make anything distracting, but like even if the track like flashes a different color or something, that's just an example. You can make something that's reasonable and looks good, but something secondary that you'd actually notice that is like really obvious, that could be the kind of thing that would help for this sort of thing. Because again, like 95% of my focus is just all here all the time, so maybe worth considering. And try and Do this level now. Oh, that's weird. So showing the boost thing again, it's not... I do see it this time, but it's not that noticeable. Is that the wrong button? Oh, shoot. So you're supposed to get more speed by using the hyper drift. Like when there's notes, I guess, but it does delete some of the notes. So that seems a little strange to me because it seems like sometimes when you use it, you end up not. Oh, that's. Yeah, think about what buttons I'm pressing. Gosh. Sometimes my brain gets overwhelmed and I guess I just panic or something, and that's why I just hit something completely off. That's cool. Oh. Oh. Oh gosh, that one really threw me off. Whoa, what just happened? I wasn't letting go at the right time. Oh shoot, that one was hard. Alright, so yeah, I didn't really use the boost very much. So yeah, the little boost thing that flashes in the middle is a little higher than I said, but still, it's hard to see, for me at least. So, alright, so let's see, what was my accuracy? 90.8, so there's a few parts there I got really screwed up, but it's pretty darn cool. New track unlocked. Sucker Punch is now available in free play mode. Alright, so it's been almost an hour. Should probably wrap this up. I'm hoping I kind of did all the tutorial things. See if I can. All right, so this is a little quieter, so I can kind of talk over this music. Okay, so yeah, I'll wrap this up and just give some general opinions on this, I guess. I actually enjoyed it a whole lot. I thought it was really great, and as it is, it doesn't seem like there's that much that really stood out to me as far as things that ought to be improved on. So whatever I mentioned while I was playing, I mean, hopefully that was useful. A lot of that was just, stuff I had to kind of learn and gain experience with the game and the controls, and kind of linking up the visuals to what my hands are doing and all that stuff. So yeah, it was great fun. I really like the music. It appeals to me, and the controls really fit with it and stuff. The little racing bits that are kind of added in, I think, are really great. There's not much besides just hitting the buttons as you're supposed to, but it just adds that little bit extra, so that's really cool. There was a thing about the boost versus the hyperdrift, and I'm not really sure what to think about that at this point. Maybe I don't know, maybe let me know what kind of your intention is behind that. I'd be curious to know, as far as, if the players are gonna just forego one and only use the other one or that kind of thing. But I really like the idea of being able to steer while using the boost. It just kind of adds a change of pace to the game, which I think is really cool. And I actually wonder if there's some other ways you could possibly use that. Like some kind of little bonuses or something that you could find in a level that you could only get by using the steering or something like that, you know, that kind of thing. It could be really cool. But yeah, as is, the game was a lot of fun. I actually really liked it. So the controls were, apart from whatever hiccups I had, they're pretty easy to learn, and so it makes it easy to get into, which is cool because I don't really play games like this generally. And I think there's something to be said if a game like this can be sort of accessible to people who, you know, don't necessarily go out of their way to play these sorts of things. I really like the gamepad controls, actually, versus just like, I mean, the keyboard controls are okay, I guess, but I just don't think it's nearly as appealing. So, and you know, sometimes when I see other rhythm games that are that sort of thing, where it's just like keyboard controls, I think it just doesn't look quite as fun as what you did with the keyboard controls. I mean, the gamepad controls. So that's really cool. In general, I think it's great. I think it's even if you shipped it the way it is now, I think it'd probably be great. So hopefully you found some useful bits of something in my playtest here. Definitely let me know if you have any questions, and we will see you guys in the next video.